Hey, what's up, everyone? Ralph here. So in this video, I'm going to share with you my thoughts on what wealth is, right? Because let's be honest, like everyone has a different opinion or an idea of like what wealth is, right? Based on things they see, right? Whether it's a certain number, where it's a six-figure, seven-figure, eight-figure, whatever it is. Maybe it's a billionaire, or maybe it's the fancy car, the nice clothes, the big house. Everyone has an idea of like what wealth is, right? Maybe it's the athlete or entertainer, but we all understand that when it comes to wealth, like wealth can be faked, right? You know, you could just put on nice clothes, rent a car, and then you can post that on the internet and then fake the wealth, right? But I think for me, wealth is just more than just about money, right? Of course, money is important, but it's more than just about having money. I think money for me, money is just a tool to get the things that I really want. That's going to help me build the true wealth, right? And like I said, some people think it's a net worth, but for me, wealth is defined by these three things, right? The first thing is family. All right. Next is fitness, and then lastly, it's freedom of choice, right? Being able to have control over my when it comes to my finances and personally. So for me, those are the three things that that defines true wealth to me, and I'll break each one of them down. So let's start with the first one, like family, right? And when I say family, I'm not talking about immediate family, right? I'm talking about people that are close to you, people that you care about, people that you like being around, right? These I consider like close friends, family, right? And we all do, right? Being able to spend time with them whenever I want is something that's important to me, right? Because what's the point of having all this money if you don't have friends and family to share that with, right? And I think it's important for a lot of people to be able to have that community of people that they trust and they like being around and help have that support system and whenever you whenever you have the time to want to go and hang out with them, you do that, right? But it's hard to do that, especially today's times, right? Some people don't even know their next door neighbor, and I think for a lot of us, we have that disconnect where we're not close to the people that are around us. We don't have time because we're obviously spent time working or we're busy doing other things, just living life. Busy with life. And for a lot of people, just not being able to spend time with friends and family is something that I think a lot of people want to do, right? You want to have a share good times. You want to share experiences with people that you care about. And I think for a lot of people, that is a huge part of building wealth, or just being wealthy, right? Just being able to spend time with people that you care about. And for a lot of people, we just don't have that time, obviously, because we're busy with things that basically busy with responsibility. So I think that's the first part. Now let's go to the second part, which is fitness, right? And when I mean fitness, I'm not talking about obviously like getting buff, having muscles. What I'm talking about is just taking care of your health, right? And I'm not talking about physically, but not only physically, but also mentally. And because without health, there's no wealth, right? There's no point of having all this money if you're constantly in the hospital, you're constantly seeing doctors, you're constantly taking medication because your body is just breaking down and you can't enjoy the wealth that you built for yourself. So I think it's important to make sure that you're taking care of your body, making sure you're exercising, making sure you're eating healthy. And for a lot of people, it's hard to do, right? For a lot of people, they can't even take an hour of their time of the day just to go to the gym, right? To take care of their health. People struggling just to eat healthy foods. Right, for a lot of people, eating healthy they consider that expensive. But if eating healthy is expensive, imagine not eating healthy, right? Constantly seeing the doctors, constantly taking medication, that's very expensive, right? But for a lot of people, they see the immediate thing and it's like, it's expensive to eat healthy, so I'm just not going to do it. But then they pay for it in the back end. So I think it's important to make sure that you're taking care of your health, making sure that you're taking the time to understand like what's going into what you're putting into your body, and also like focusing on that mental health, because obviously with all that, if you don't have that health, if you're not making your health a priority, having all that money and not being able to enjoy it while you're vibrant, where you have the most energy, what's the point, right? Having all that money if you can't even really enjoy it. So I think that's also important. And lastly, freedom of choice, right? Being able to decide what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it, right? I remember the days of when I was working, corporate 9 to 5, and you wanted to take a vacation, but sorry, Ralph, you gotta close the book, so you can't really go on that vacation with the people that you want to hang out with, right? Not being able to have that choice. And for a lot of people, they don't have that choice, right? Everyone's working, working their 9 to 5 jobs, not allowed to really do the things that they want to do when they want to do it. And I think for me, they having that freedom to just be like, all right, you know what, you want to go take a trip across the country, across the world, you can do that, right? Without question, right? Without having to ask for permission from your boss, right? That's the worst. I remember those times, and I never want to go back to that. But for a lot of people, that's their reality, right? I mean, people have to work and they're trying to find ways to enjoy life the best way they can with what they got. But for me, it's this being able to have that freedom of choice, being able to have the freedom to do with what I want when I'm money, and when it comes to personally, like, and enjoying the life the way I want to do it. And I think for me, that's these are the true like definitions of world. Being able to spend time with family, being able to make your fitness a priority, and also having just the freedom of choice to do what you want with your life the way you want to do it, and not have to be tied down or have to ask for permission from somebody that controls that has a lot of control when it comes to your finances. So these are the things that I consider the true definition of wealth, and it's not just something monetary. Obviously, in order to get those things, you're gonna need some money. You're gonna have to make some money. You have to invest money. But I use money as a tool to get the things that help bring that true definition of wealth, which is the happiness to be able to spend time with people that you care about, be able to take care of my body, be able to go to the gym and really find solace in just making sure that I'm doing right with what when it comes to my body and my health and my mental, and then also just having that freedom of choice. So those are my thoughts. So like I'll be interested to hear your thoughts. Make sure to leave a comment down below, hit the like button, share, and if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe. All right, so you guys take care and have a good one. Later.